size. I'm using every one of them and running wild. 'Cause I'm big. Yes, I'm big. Well, I'm big. Yes, I'm big.
So, as a strength and conditioning coach and a 35+ hockey goalie that wants to maintain his competitive edge for as long as possible, there are 3 elements that I consider non-negotiable that have to appear in every training phase of every program of every goalie, regardless of whether you play ice, roller, or deck. These 3 elements are hip mobility, a loaded hinge, and lateral power and strength. Now, to be clear, I actually think that these should be in every program, regardless of whether you're just training for health or fitness or a totally different sport. But what's different about them in relation to goaltending is the degree of difficulty and the level of ability needed within them. This is because the high repetition of reactive, awkward movements, the postures of the position, they all place a much higher demand on these 3 elements. So we need to build a much higher capacity within them than the more general demands of life or a lot of other sports. Now, the first of these must-do is hip mobility, and this is because we're constantly dropping down into the butterfly, the VH, the reverse VH, or spreading across the crease in some form of a split. So having a lack of controlled range of motion can mean that we're constantly pushing our own limitations, and it makes us more susceptible to irritations, to strains, to tears. A couple of the more advanced examples from my own program are the 90-90 stretch with the knee lift and drop, where you get into a 90-90 position and lift the back knee, like the back leg, toward the ceiling and then back down. Or the roll back to side split, which is where you roll back on your shoulders, try to touch the toes behind your head, and then you roll forward into the splits, reaching as far forward as possible. Now, make sure you own the basic version of these exercises before you try these more advanced ones. The second of these must-do is the loaded hinge, which are exercises like the deadlift or the kettlebell swing. These are important because a proper hinge is it's the driving force of the goalie's ready position. It encourages and promotes a chest up position that takes up more space in the shooter's view in the net, and it helps to make you more efficient in the constant up and downs. The loading doesn't and probably shouldn't be maximal. You want to focus more on building muscular stamina and endurance and absolute strength. Lastly, we want to work on lots of lateral power and strength, because the power lets us get from one side to the other faster, and the strength means that we won't run out of gas doing so before the end of the game. So 2 examples of training this type of training this lateral movement would be the skater hop or the cable drop lunge to lateral lunge. Now, how these work together is that mobility gives you the access to the movement, the loaded hinge stabilizes your movement, and then lateral power and strength drive the movement. Hopefully these are helpful for you. Feel free to like or share this video if you know some other goalies that might benefit from it. And remember, as always, train hard, but train smart.